It's the same kids.
Well, yeah, but it's coach-wise. Okay. All right, so I was asked to talk about just some philosophy on high bar and then how to coach a double. And so I try to approach high bar with some of the same mindset that what was sports psychologist's name, Cynthia, kind of talked about. And high bar is probably, for most of our kids, the scariest event that they're going to go to. So anything I can do to make things repetitive and make them feel comfortable doing it, that's what we do. All right, so we do a lot of strap bar for learning giants, and they do thousands of giants on strap bar before they ever come out of the straps. Once they come out of the straps, I do a two-person spot. I have one person low, one person high. All right, so similar to the way you would first spot a back off with on P-bars, a hand on the wrist, right? It's the same thing. I got a coach pushing them on the bottom, and then I'm at the top holding their wrist and continuing to push them. Okay, so they go cast, giant sort of, they get, and then off right away. They're not swinging again over the bar, and they'll do that 10, 15 times. 20 times until they say, "Oh, coach, I'm ready to try two." All right, and so then we'll do two. They'll go one, same thing, holding the wrist, spotting the back, a push on the bottom. So they go one, two, and then push off. Right, and then as they get comfortable, then they'll do three, then they'll do four, then they'll do five.
So you're watching them on top of the bar and they're casting it going, or you're watching it, they're turning it.
Yeah, so number one, in case they don't make it, right, you don't want them to peel. But number two, kinesthetically, I can feel if they're shifting their wrists or not. So it gives me a kinesthetic feedback of, okay, what do I need to tell them for their giant to be better, right? Do I need to tell them that they're not shifting their wrists? It gives me a kinesthetic feedback for that. Thanks. Yeah. All right, and then progressing on, things like changes, half Higgins, pirouette, right? Yeah, they have to learn undergrip giants, right? And then so, first thing we'll do is just these half turns where they're swinging and they do the half turn. Okay, so he's going swinging up and he's doing that half turn, right? And then we're going to do that and progressively just try and do it higher and higher and higher. Okay? What's that? Higgins. Same blind change, same thing. You can have them swing and do the half turn as high as they can go, right? Okay. And then the mats, again, I try to reduce fear and anxiety and make it comfortable as possible. So we call it the tunnel of love. All right. So that's okay. We set up the mats, and their biggest fear of doing the half turn or full turn is peeling, or I'm going to come through crooked and hit the bar. So you're trying to, number one, reduce that anxiety, right? Maybe they feel protected, but then I can't remember if it was Andy or Cynthia talked about that, like making the joke and making them laugh about it, right? It helps build a positive connection for doing the skill.
So screaming and throwing stuff at kids is saying you better
no, yeah. All right, and so then, all right, Alex, fly away again. No giant. So, you're trying to take a kid, and a lot of times you're coaching, multiple skills at once. So you got a kid that can do a flyaway, all right? So flyaway wise, right? Technique wise, right? Have them look at the toes, right? Stay relaxed at the shoulders, and then watch their toes. And then as their toes come up, all they're doing is just letting go of the bar. They don't do anything else but let go of the bar. And so I'll have them just stand there. Say, okay, shoulder angle open, arms up, let go of the bar. And I make them do that. This is all I want you to do. This is it. Do this. Right? So they're getting just a different feeling of, okay, that's what I do. Right? So feel a little bit harder, push down a little bit more, and I'll talk them through it. Okay? I say relax in the shoulders. Relax in the shoulders. Watch your toes come up. Okay? We eventually, we try to give verbal cues, and we eventually want them to take over those verbal cues in their head on their own and start coaching themselves through the skills. Okay? So then, when it's time to transition to the double, all right, I guess number one, once they start working a double, they don't do flyaways anymore. Like if we're working on a double and it takes 3 weeks, they don't dismount on high bar in a meet for 3 weeks. All right, so some kids just get kinesthetically confused, if you will, about transitioning between those two skills. So your score is going to be 7/10 or a point lower for the next 3 weeks. No big deal, right? But technique-wise, I'm trying to get them to do the exact same thing that they did for the flyaway. Okay, relax in the shoulders. Okay, watch your toes come up. The only different, right? I don't tell them to tap. I don't tell them to do anything different because I want it to feel the same to them. All I have them do is, okay, watch your toes there. The only thing you're doing different besides this is after you do this, bring your knees to your chest, and then open up when you land.
Frank, when you tell them to watch their toes, do you just tell them to watch their toes, or are you telling them to look for a spot on the ceiling?
Yeah, we have a reference, like in my gym, right, there's like a black bar. So they look at that black bar. And then in the main gym, the competition gym, the American flag is at the same angle that black bar is.
You tell them to look for the spot coming out of the giant then? Or?
So watch your toes. When they get to that point, this is what you do.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, relax in the shoulders. Relax. Watch your toes. Right now, obviously you can already do a double, right? But again, just talking them through it, and then you do as many as it takes in the belt. Right, exactly. Don't tap, don't do anything. All you have to do, watch your toes come up. When they get to that spot, you let go, and then you pull your knees to your chest.
Shoulder angle is so important.
Yeah. Right.
That's the issue we run into. That's why I've gotten away from teaching doubles. I've had kids, so many of them do this and let go because they're thinking they're going to force that flip. And I've said it till I'm blue in the face. Set your toes, let go of the bar behind you, and then reach and pull your knees. And they still want to do this.
You're trying to push back on the bar to make sure they're keeping it open.
Right? Yeah.
I've had them take a broomstick and
just throw it
release
back
it that way, so that they get into the habit of not pulling this way. It's because it's got to go in that direction.
Right on.
Because as soon as you close this, now you're coming close
Back into the
If
bar.
you're scared coming into the bar too, you get another kid from a mat, fold it, and they're first learning to slide it in, just to get again what Frank's talking about. We want them to feel as comfortable as possible, doing something new. Throw as many mats because if there's concrete, they're going to find it. For as many mats as you can. Never be like, I don't want, put that mat over there.
Yeah, but I mean, you all know the number one thing they do is they pull in, right? So even in their giants, I'm telling them, stay relaxed in the shoulders, keep your shoulder angle open, no matter over, and until they're like, Coach, I got it. I know, and I'm still saying it until I know that they're saying it in their own head.
So I tell you, till they tell you to shut up because they're saying it to themselves.
Yeah.
Shut up, Coach. I'm saying it to myself.
Right.
Hey, can you talk about Akish undergrips? It's like learning good undergrips.
Yeah.
We got him. Just want to talk about when they're casting up, where they think about pushing out, where we tapping, where we doing it for legs.
Yeah. So, I mean, both giants, right? Shoulder angle's got to be open, right? So when they cast, right, the cast to handstand is a push, an opening of the shoulder angle, and a heel drive, either direction, right?
Okay, so how do we keep them from? My big thing is I want to keep them from.
Yeah.
So what do we talk about doing here on this side to make sure we're tapping properly through the bottom? That's what I want.
All right, so the biggest, I do a lot of hand, I take the low bar, and I make it real low. Good. All right? And then butt, heel.
So where's the driving?
Butt, heel. Butt, heel. Good. What's the question?
We're seeing over here. Basically, it's pressure out here. We're coming through, and then what we do is as we come through the bottom, we go butt here, and then heel.
That was a little early. Butt, heels here, okay? And
Fall hollow.
it's like a little bar, but that's okay.
After your heels go over, you fall hollow.
Yeah. Hollow. Time to rotate.
Hollow. Snap kick
but
heels. Lift your butt from the bottom.
The key to not, but the key to not dumping, like you're talking about, to me, they actually have to lean over the bar a tiny bit to be able to push and open the shoulder angle hard enough to get to the handstand. Talk about bizarre. Oh, you mean body position? Yeah.
So how do we get him to think about tapping right on?
Yeah. So in this grip, as they're pushing, right, and they're driving, I tell them not to think about driving their heel. Like a lot of times when we say drive your heels, the terminology I try to use is drive your whole leg, right? Because we want them to maintain this body position. And when they think heels, they think this, right? So I say drive your legs so that they think of their leg as one full unit. And if they get to that handstand in a good position, then I just say, okay, you're staying in that position. It's butt, heels.
So you can think about being this way the whole way around and then through the bottom it doesn't stretch you and pull out?
Well, yeah, you're not, you're not piped, right? So here, it's a nice tight hollow, right? And then come through the bottom, stretch, butt.
So you do get a little bit of
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to.
Yeah. Same both directions.
Well, the other way I understand better. I'm kind of it's backwards.
Okay.
I'm left-handed.
You're supposed to be up all.